Let me break this down. Communism has been tried in many different forms.
No, it hasn't.
It's been tried with Bolivarian communism in South America.
No,
It's been tried under capitalism.
Look at Vaush. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't.
No, it hasn't.
No.
I can't hear you. No. Communism's never been tried. No.
This is what Vaush has been reduced to. Oh, this is so embarrassing.
This is funny.
Well, it's the only thing you can do, right?
What's that? Doomer.
It's the only thing you can do. I mean, what's he going to do? Be like, oh, well, we can make these reforms to make it work. As soon as he accepts the association to like failed regimes of the past, he's kind of lost the argument. So he has to deny it.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem being in. That's why, I mean, who really goes in the communist direction these days? There's too much information out there.
Idiots.
Yeah.
A lot of people, apparently.
Sad.
Independent from the Soviet Union.
For a person who claims to be an intellectual, you sure do like going on like bumper sticker tangents.
Look at that. See, he throws. He completely.
He's so triggered.
He completely throws. I'm the intellectual. You're the anti-intellectual in there.
Under a Marxist Trotskyite version.
Well,
There's third world social.
This is a very interesting tone shift. This is the first time he's got like
triggered,
like visibly upset. He's getting very upset right now. Very true.
You want to bet that this isn't in the. You want to bet that this is edited out of the video that's on his channel?
No, it probably is there. I would be shocked. If
I don't know.
It would be worked
which took
so,
over
wait, I have to ask sincerely, given we have so little time to talk, is there a reason why you're filibustering?
They were reading Marx and then reading this text, treating it as a Bible, and then trying their own thing.
What if all his? I have to ask, are you filibustering because you have 4 minutes left?
Are impossible.
So what if?
Let me just finish. Let me finish one.
No, wait. We're 4 minutes till you have to go, which you announced 3 minutes ago, and you're filibustering with something that has nothing to do with anything I've talked about. This has been your response to every point you don't have an answer to. You run off to the next thing, or you say indignantly. You sound indignant.
You're talking about yourself, bro. Oh, Sitch,
true.
How can you not say? This is why I messaged you. He's getting destroyed.
Because conceptually, yes, but just the way, like the conversation, like you have to wait till Vaush stops talking to say, you're talking about yourself. This is everything you're doing. You're just projecting. Like you understand. You need to just do it in a little bit smarter way.
Right. Optically.
And part of it is because Vaush has his volume so much louder than him anyway. He can just talk over him.
Yeah. Doomer.
Do you agree, Doomer?
I mean, I think Vaush comes across optically better basically the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And like, again, part of the thing, Adam, is like you seem to be assuming that the audience is actually tracking the conversation. And I assume that they aren't.
You guys are such elitist. You guys are such elitists. Both of you. You were made for each other. You assume that the audience is smart enough to know what's going on.
It's not about being smart. People aren't paying, like the number of people who are going to be paying complete attention and not zoning out or not on the second monitor, like
or playing video games or
not playing video games,
or working
not
a job
making dinner,
or doing a million other things. Yeah.
But that's why they listen to us, so that we point it out and stop and slow it down. And
that's for our audience, but not for Vaush's audience. Not for
you're right.
Audience.
Yeah.
We've been live for 6 hours and we're 1 hour in. It takes a while to actually break things down.
Yeah, it's true. Okay.
Like, well, I've already answered that by not answering it. You're not engaging with the thing that I'm saying.
This is all stuff you've done in your past debates, bro.
Past debates? Oh, come on. You can't be mad about how this one is going, so pretend that you have some kind of history of my behavior to call upon. We talked privately before this convo. You were fine and civil. Now you're here filibustering. What's changed? Nothing but your nerves.
What changed the precedent you set that I...
Oh my God, he's projecting so much.
I know, and look at him. His eyes fixated on the chat.
But it's interesting. It's interesting how that communist, I would never have suspected that the line of reasoning that would get Vaush so unbalanced was going through all the failed communist regimes. That's interesting. I never would have guessed that would be the thing that sets him off in a million years. Because that seems so apparent. Like that's such an obvious thing.
That's the thing everyone makes fun of too.
Right.
Real communism hasn't been tried.
Interesting.
Yeah, Vuvuzuela.
Yeah.
I followed.
Your nerves. What if alt hissed?
Your nerves?
Okay.
So you
Maybe
have to
I'm
leave in
nervous, and
3
so would
minutes.
you
Should
be.
we talk now about which countries you think are communist, or is there some underlying position you would like to arrive at? What's wrong with social justice?
It doesn't work.
How not?
I don't
It
have 3 minutes
worked.
to answer.
It worked before. Worked during the abolitionist days,
As
suffragist
I've
days,
explained
civil
before,
rights
those aren't-
movement, second
those
wave
aren't the
feminist
social
movement.
justice movement.
In a manner which
The abolitionist movement had Christianity as its backbone. That was literally the backbone of the abolitionist movement.
Right.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. You've thrown out Christianity. You literally, in the response video to him, Vaush, say that you want to be more anti-theist.
you're not able to
The
describe,
social
define,
justice
or
movement
delineate.
I describe it as a philosophy based off the combination of the Frankfurt and the postmodernist school.
What's wrong with postmodernism?
That is built upon the theory that power is the ultimate relationship of power is the ultimate relationship inside human societies, and the purpose of a society is to fight against said oppression, and that we should structure our civilization around combating the oppression that comes.
Do you like fighting oppression?
And built upon the theory that there are no social relationships outside power.
Don't you think that we should fight oppression? And also, they don't claim there are no
But
social relations
I
outside
think we
power.
should be critical and intelligent about it, rather than just trying to slide everyone into a black or white worldview based on whether or not they fight oppression.
Wait, you think? Wait,
Destroyed.
hold on. You think postmodern?
Yes. Well, I don't know. I think a clearer answer to the question is to say all these past movements you're talking about were all about people trying to expand liberalism and individual rights to accommodate
more people.
everyone in American society, to
Right.
accommodate women, to accommodate African Americans and people of all ethnic persuasions, and just say we're all going to be treated according to these same principles of equality. Okay, the current social justice movement is saying fuck individual rights, fuck liberalism. We're going to get down with the neo-Marxism,
Right.
and that's the difference.
Social vengeance, not justice.
Social vengeance, right?
Yeah.
No
But
social relations
I
outside
think we
power.
should be critical and intelligent about it, rather than just trying to slide everyone into a black or white worldview based on whether or not they fight oppression.
Wait, hold on. You think postmodernism, the philosophy around believing there's no objective truth or narrative, slides people into black or white sides? Isn't that
Yeah, that's
mutually
obvious.
contradictory?
That's obvious to anyone.
No, he literally just said, "Don't you like fighting oppression?" I mean, that's what he just did.
He literally slid him into that in black and white worldview.
Yeah. Good job, Vaush. You're living that black and white worldview brilliantly.
And another thing is that, like, a lot of the topics that they're talking about right now are you need to be very careful as a public speaker dealing with these topics, because people are primed to hear postmodernism or Frankfurt School and
Negatively.
disregard a lot of related arguments, regardless of how true they may or may not be.
Right.
So that was one of my problems, was that while I agree with basically everything I think that What If Alt has said here, I don't think he did a particularly good job of explaining a lot of things to people who don't already share his position and know the things that he knows.
That's true.
That's fair. Yeah, that's totally fair.
But that's part of the problem, is that especially like the neo-Marxist leftists have poisoned the well so much that you can't say postmodern, you can't say neo-Marxist, you can't say Frankfurt School, you can't say any of these things, because they poison the well so much on all the relevant terms, which is part of the tactic. Like they make it impossible to describe what they're doing, basically.
Yeah, they treat a lot of things as though they're like conspiracy theories.
Right.
I mean, I fell into this too. People kept bringing up the because I like very like as little as I possibly could defended Jordan Peterson in my video, and people kept bringing up the cultural Marxism thing, and it's and like conflating that with like the neo-Nazi conspiracy theory and trying to call Peterson this happened like 5 times. And I found it so difficult to navigate those conversations where people are just conflating crazy stuff and refusing to acknowledge that, like, I mean, he's just like quoting Antonio Gramsci. Like it's about as simple as things get. But the well, yeah, like you said, the wells have been so thoroughly poisoned. It's just a very, very difficult a topic to discuss in any capacity.
Well,
Unfortunately,
it's in Vaush's review, they always make this big deal about this. They're like, how can you say that there's postmodern neo-Marxism? Postmodernism is the deconstruction of grand theories, and Marxism is a grand theory. So therefore, you can't be a postmodern neo-Marxist, idiot. Which, first of all, if Vaush actually learned this in school, he should know that's not true at all, that it is postmodern neo-Marxist. And secondly, and I don't know if this would be persuasive, but maybe you could slap back and say, I thought you understood Hegel, Vaush. Don't you understand that you have the thesis of postmodernists and the thesis of Marxism and the antithesis of postmodernism, and you combine them together to create a new synthesis?
Or antithesis? I don't. It's so easy.
I know. I always say it wrong.
Antithesis.
The antithesis. You're synthesizing. The postmodern neo-Marxists are just working under the same Hegelian structure that Marx stole from Hegel.
Probably
they're just synthesizing the two things together.
Well, the thing is that people aren't necessarily consistent. So like people can have hypocritical worldviews. So like Vaush would very frequently criticize someone that he considers a conservative who would claim to be not racist but acting out racism.
Right.
It's like people like you do this all the time. This is like half of what you talk about are people, in your own words, acting out things that they claim to not believe. Well, this would just be another instance of that. It's like the postmodern neo-Marxism wouldn't be a consistent position. That doesn't mean that it doesn't accurately describe a lot of people.
That's true. That's very true.
Vaush, Mr. Higher taxes, anti-status, would never understand this contradictory position.
Right.